All right, let's dive right in. We're about to unpack an idea that honestly could be a total game changer for you. Together, we're going to take apart a lie that has kept way too many people trapped for way too long. Get this. This one sentence is the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. Sin is not your identity. It's not your personality type. It's not just the way you are. No, it's something you're carrying. And understanding that difference, well, it changes everything. So let's get to the heart of the problem, right? For generations, so many of us have been taught this really dangerous lie, to actually fuse our sense of self with the very things we're supposed to be getting rid of. Have you ever said this, or even just thought it? I struggle with this because that's just who I am. You know, it kind of sounds like humility, doesn't it? But here's the twist. It's not. It's actually a theft of your identity. You're not owning a weakness, you're letting it own you. You know, the Apostle Paul himself made this exact point. He says sin isn't him, it's something dwelling in him. Think about that for a second. It's like a squatter living in your house. They might be there, making a mess, but they absolutely do not hold the deed. They are not the owner. And this, right here, this is where it gets so powerful. Just look at the difference a few words make. In the left column, you're saying, I am the problem. But on the right, no. You are simply carrying the problem. And here's the good news. Anything you're carrying, you can also decide to put down. Okay, so this brings us to the big turning point, this core metaphor that unlocks the whole thing. If sin isn't you, what is it? Well, it's contraband. Just think about that definition. Contraband. It's a foreign object, it's illegal, it doesn't belong, it wasn't originally from here, and it sure as heck doesn't have permission to stay. This is precisely how we need to start viewing sin. And this chart just shows you why this distinction is so critical. I mean, it's night and day. If you believe sin is your identity, then trying to get rid of it feels like you're attacking yourself. It feels like self-hatred. But if sin is just contraband, then repentance isn't self-hatred at all. It's liberation. It's finally throwing off this heavy backpack you were never meant to carry. So once we're aware of this contraband in our lives, how are we supposed to respond? Well, it all starts with learning to tell the difference between two voices that can sound really similar but are from two totally different worlds: conviction and condemnation. This analogy just nails it, doesn't it? Conviction is like the check engine light in your car. It's a helpful little signal that says, hey, something's up, pull over so we can fix this and get you back on the road. But condemnation, oh, that's a different voice entirely. It says the whole car is junk. Just throw it away. It's worthless and beyond repair. One is a diagnosis for healing. The other is a death sentence. Okay, so let's shift gears from just understanding this to actually doing something. Once you've identified the contraband, what's your role? You're not a sin manager. You're not supposed to negotiate with it, tolerate it, or find a nice little room for it. Nope. Your job is to be an evictor. But that brings up a really important question, right? If this stuff is just foreign cargo that's weighing us down, why on earth do we spend so much time protecting it and making excuses for it? We use phrases like these, and look, we've probably all said them or thought them, and while they might have a little bit of truth in them, we often use them as a smokescreen, you know? They become these handy little excuses to just make peace with the contraband we were supposed to surrender. Let me put it this way. If you were stopped at the border and an agent found a bunch of illegal stuff in your car, would you start explaining, well, you see, officer, nobody's perfect? Of course not. That's absurd. Your only job in that moment is to surrender it. Immediately, without arguing. Repentance is supposed to be that quick and that decisive. And this is the absolute beauty of God's mercy. See, mercy isn't God just ignoring the contraband. Not at all. Mercy is God saying, I will help you get this poison out of you, and I promise I'll do it without destroying you in the process. It's assistance, not a hall pass. So, what does this true freedom actually look like in real life? It's not some magic existence where you're never tempted again. That's not realistic. Instead, it's a life where you have power over temptation because you finally know what it is and what it isn't. This is the internal monologue of a truly free person. When that old urge pops up or that destructive thought starts to loop, you can immediately recognize it and say, nope, that's not me. That's contraband. And because it's not you, you don't have to obey it. You don't have to feed it. and you certainly don't have to defend it. So, the practical game plan is actually this simple. It's a 3-step process. Number 1, expose it. Drag it into the light. Stop hiding it. Number 2, confess it. That just means you agree with God that it doesn't belong. And number 3, forsake it. You turn your back on it, you walk away, and you move on. So let's end on this one. Final, powerful thought. You are not your weakness. You are not your past. You are not your struggle. You are simply carrying something that does not belong to you. Sin is not your identity. It's contraband. And today is the day to let it go.